Hola, y'all. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. My name is Elle, and this is my perspective. So I was going to give y'all two stories today, but I'm going to only give you one. I'm going to have to tell y'all about my walk to the store later. Fast food, junk food Friday. So I went to the store. But y'all, here's some pressing news. So over to the last week or so, when my mother was here, we were on YouTube and I saw someone who I hadn't spied with my eye before. Her name is Malikah on the move. So I was binge watching Malikah's videos, and my mama was watching them too. Her name, Malikah, Malikah. Okay. So she was doing her little house tour, not little house tour, but she was doing her house tour and everything, and the prices and all that stuff. Y'all, she got to her bathroom. I don't know what she was talking about, but I saw colors, right? And she was talking about an aerator. She had these in her on her faucets, and she said that she got them from Home Depot, and I was like, ooh, pretty. That's all I saw was ooh, pretty. So in my bathroom, I got one that got a it has a purple purple on it. Y'all know I love purple. Remember my purple Jeep? Okay, anyway. So I got these thanks to Malikah. Thank you, Malikah. So that's almost the extent of my lovely story, and thank you to Malikah. So I was on a call. We ended up getting these on Wednesday, which was maybe like the 15th, 14th, 15th, something like that. We ended up getting these on Wednesday, the day before my mother left to go back to the United States. She was trying to get some things for the house. This wasn't on my mama's list. This was on my list. So I got two of these. And while I was on the phone call, because I have a standing Zoom call every Wednesday. And so while I was on that call, I heard some noise and I knew by the noise that my mama was trying to put these on. And so she had done one in the bathroom and I heard her turn on and off the water. So I knew she put it on successfully. And then she came into the kitchen and this is the one she was trying to put in the kitchen. She couldn't get it on. I don't know if it's because she couldn't get the screwy off of the kitchen faucet or if this wasn't fitting. If I believe right, I didn't check, I ain't double check, and I'm not going to. If I believe right, these come with different adapters that can help them go on to whatever faucet you have. Anyway, it's not there. The adapters or whatever are there. The pieces and parts are there, but she didn't put this on, so I don't know why. I know she said it, but I was on my Zoom call. I wasn't paying attention. So that means I have the one in the bathroom, and this can be my backup because I only have two faucets in my two bedroom, one bath, and one kitchen unit. So yeah, this takes my water from a pea stream. It's just like to this. You see this? This is a whole like a whole thing. This is a whole. It's a waterfall. This is a rainfall for my hands. Side note, for those of y'all who don't know, don't pay attention to whatever the case is, I have OCD. Okay. One of the ways that my OCD shows up is in washing up the hands, right? So a lot of times my hands are not in great condition because I have freaking OCD. And whatever I may put on my hands to help the skin on my hands, I'm gonna wash my hands in X amount of minutes anyway, because I am. So let's get to the heart of this issue right here. So the water comes through the faucet, right? And it comes through this layer, it hits this thing, it fans out, comes here, and then it springs and just goes through all these holes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. My mother put this on Wednesday, and then she left on Thursday. So while my mama is gone, she's going to the airport via the auto bus, and then from there, she's flying back to the United States. And so I'm doing some little cleaning here and there and some little odds and ends and, things like that. It's going to take me a while to get the house back to the way that I like it. It's just me. It's just me. Now I have OCD. Listen. Okay. So as I'm doing that, there are things, how you pour things down the toilet, right? Do y'all pour things down the toilet? Don't pour it down the sink. Don't pour it down the tub either. Pour it down the toilet. So like I had cleaned out and everything was good. The mop bucket was good. The mop was good. Everybody was good. Everybody was good. I cleaned the toilet. Everybody was good. Flushed the toilet. Everything was good. I go wash my hands and I got real big bubbles on my hands. And I'm just so happy because I have this aerator that's just like, I am so grateful that Malikah showed me this thing on her YouTube video and that I went to go get it from Home Depot. Yes,
They are 45 pesos. I got two, so it's 90 pesos. If you want to know how much that is, this is how I do it in my head. You take the 90, move the decimal over one, so it's now 9. Cut it in half, 4.50. So $4.50 USD, but that's at the rate of 20 pesos to $1. We are not at that. We are more like a 17-ish to 18. So just say that it's closer to $5, right? When you get to the registry, you won't be surprised if you are tracking your pennies like that. I am not. Anyway, so I am washing the bubbles off. And as I'm washing the bubbles off, I'm always looking at the sink. So when I wash my hands, I look at the runoff from my hands because if it's dirty runoff, that means I need to wash my hands again. Like one time it's not going to do. If I don't like the feel of my hands, I need to wash my hands again. So as I'm washing my hands, the same shit that I put in the toilet is now coming out through the faucet. The fuck? Like, yes, it is. I know my mouth, right? But this is how I get. I get really upset when it comes to things like this because again, I have OCD for a reason. My brain is always on 10 when it comes to these things. I'm trying to work on it. I was trying to work on it when I got here, and now this is a huge setback. So I'm sharing it with you. Okay, so stuff is coming through, right? And it's on my hands. And I'm like, the hell? That's not what I said, but the hell. And then I look and y'all, some of the same things that I watched go into the toilet are stuck in this bottom layer. They're stuck in this layer right here of the aerator. Immediately through in my head is I'm washing my hands in effing shit water. Like shit water because I just put this in the toilet. I know I just put this in the toilet. And now it's coming out through my sink that I'm washing my hands. So now I'm just like I'm livid, right? And so as I'm rinsing my hands off, I'm like the I'm there are a lot of explicits, right? It's shit water, it's everything. And immediately I'm like, I've got to get the hell out of Mexico because I cannot do shit water. I can't. Like, again, my brain is all over the place. And so as my brain is braining, I'm like, wait, there was somebody, Sandra and Sandra, or Sandra and Sandra, whoever, somebody, not to be disrespectful, but they had the video. They had a video. They lived in Playa del Carmen and they left Playa del Carmen. I'm not sure if Sandra was doing the video or if Sandra was doing the video, but they're both friends. They both have different YouTube channels. Anyway, they had left Playa. It was a group of them. It was like 4 or 5 of them, right? And so they came to Merida. I'm pretty sure that's the video where they came to Merida. They were in their first Airbnb and they were showing the bathroom. The toilet had green blue water, something in it. This was a while back, y'all. It had green blue water in it, and then they turned the faucet on in the bathroom, and the sink water came out the same blue green. I thought it was a freak fluke, a one and all. So they left that Airbnb and went to another one. That other Airbnb was just great. And then listen to their video was also how I found out that there was a Church's Chicken here in Merida. Haven't been there, but there is a Church's Chicken. Actually, I believe that there are two here in Merida. Anyway, back to the story. So I was just like, oh my goodness, is that a thing? Have I been washing my hands with shit water this entire time? I've been living in shit. Like someone who has OCD, especially my kind, we don't like that. That is a no. So I'm like, I have got to leave Mexico. Like, where the hell can I go? I got to go somewhere. And I don't want to go back to the United States. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, but in the United States, I was in a couple of groups. There was someone who was showing us, it was a whole group, and they were distilling water, right? And so they were distilling water. And after they distilled the tap water in the bottom of it, they took it to the lab. It was pharmaceuticals in it, over the counter medicine, y'all. Maybe not even over the counter, but medicines, right? I don't know. I don't take over the counter medicines. I mean, I take emergency every now and then, but I don't take Tylenol or leave none of that stuff. But if you don't like it, I'm thinking that you're gonna put it down the toilet, not down the sink. Like how that work? Y'all turn on garbage disposal, y'all just hope it go down the sink. I don't know. So I'm thinking it goes down the toilet. So for them to be turning on the tap water and it is there after they have successfully distilled all the water and they took the sediments to the lab to get them tested, I think that's also shit water, right? I feel like that's water, the stuff that people have put down the toilet and it's now coming out in the sink. People did the same studies and stuff with bottled water, showing that our bottled water isn't as safe as we think it is in the United States. Okay, so I have in my head, okay, then we had that incident in Austin. Okay, I can actually believe that we probably did have shit water in the United States as well. But it wasn't in my face.
for my brain to break it down and be like, girl, you have shit water. So here's how my brain took that shit water incident. It did the blue, it took us back to the United States. And then a month before my mother got here, there was an instance where I went pee, I flushed the toilet and made sure that the pee left because I always check after. Like, I don't just flush the toilet and hope everything goes down. I flush the toilet. I put the lid down, flush the toilet, and then after it has done a successful flush and everything's done, splash and everything, then I lift the lid back up and I check to make sure everything is good. Then I close the lid again, and then I proceed to wash my hands. So in this time, I flushed the toilet after I peed, checked, and there were blue balls in the toilet. And I was like, where do these blue balls come from? And I was like, well, it's probably just some cleaning solution that they use here in Mexico. I don't know. And so the blue balls stayed, like they were like strong blue balls, like, and so I had to flush the toilet like 3 times. And then after I flushed the toilet 3 times, then it was gone. And I was like, let me flush it again. And so I flushed it again and it was gone for real. And so I was like, okay, cool. There I went to go wash my hands and a blue fleck came out. And I was like, how did this blue get on me? It's probably just something that they use to wash the water. Maybe it's supposed to dissolve and it didn't dissolve, like detergent. I'm thinking like detergent because I use powdered detergent because that's easier to find and lower price. So I was like, so maybe they just using some kind of powdered detergent to clean their water with. Who cares? I ain't drinking it. And so yeah, that my brain went back to there. And then my brain went to, girl, you just washed whites the other day. And when I wash whites, my whites are washing the whites, using bleach, using an additional disinfectant, using detergent, right? 3 things go in when I'm washing whites. When I'm not washing whites, not bleach, but just the disinfectant and the detergent. And so I'm like, but it don't matter because if it was sloshing around in shit water, like shit soup, who cares how much soap and disinfectant and everything else you use? It's still shitty. Like, right? It still traces of fecal matter on. I don't, I don't want that. And so then it went from the clothes that I just washed to in those whites, those were sheets and towels. So the towel that I used to wash, the towel that I used to dry the dishes, I'm talking about dishes, and then the towel that I used to wash, I mean, to dry my hands after I wash my hands. Let's also not forget the shit water that comes on me when I'm taking a shower. Just so many different things. And it was just on over. I was on 10. Like my brain was on freaking 10 and it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop with all the shit that has been on me, in me, around me, and everything else. And I'm like, but I'm good. I'm good. So I can't keep doing that. Like I see with my eyes that the same stuff that I put in the toilet is coming out, and that's not okay. That's not okay. So I didn't eat because I couldn't figure out how to eat, how to wash my hands, and how to eat, how to be successful, right? I couldn't figure out how to be successful that day. It was too much. I was overwhelmed because I've washed all my dishes, I've dried all my dishes, but if I'm using shit water and using a shitty rag and drying with a shitty rag, like nothing is clean. I can't use any of it. And then my cup, the same thing. I've washed my cup. I've washed my cup, but I've dried my cup with shit towels. So like nothing was okay for me to do anything. So I didn't eat. I was just like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do this. So after a while, I sat and I was like, okay. Oh, and the day before, because I was running and doing stuff, I was just doing a lot of running and stuff and things. And time got away. So I only had orange juice the day before. So I was sitting here like, huh, okay, so I'm really upset, but I can go some days. Y'all, if something ain't right, if something ain't sitting right, if I'm ticked off or whatever the case is, I can go some days without eating. I don't like to eat when I'm mad. So I'm trying to figure out this water. And I was like, I got it. So I went to go wash my hands because again, I'm conditioned over 4 decades of washing your hands and doing things a certain way. So I went to go pee, wash my hands like normal, right? Wash my hands, got all the soap and bubbles and on there. And then after I rinsed them, because this is still real nice. This is real nice. This is nice for your hands. So then after I rinsed my hands, I turned the water off, put more soap on my hands, lathered up, same way that I would lather up any other time. And then I had one, which one did I use? That time I used my 6 liter water. It wasn't full, but I would put it under one armpit to rinse off one hand and then put it under the other armpit to rinse off the other hand. And then I air dry because I mean, if you dry with a towel, it's just a shit towel, right? Right. So yeah. Whew, my OCD, y'all. That's again, that's just one of my areas of OCD. It's probably why you see I don't really get out much either, because that same OCD with dealing with hands like that, you can be the coolest person in the whole wide world. I do not want to meet your ass. You want to know why? Because if I go to visit you and I feel or see or hear that you did not wash your hands, I don't want to be friends with you no more because you're going to try to touch me at some point in time, or you're going to touch my clothes, or you're going to touch the chair, and you're going to touch something that I have to come in contact with. I understand that it's a thing that we deal with every single day, but for my brain to see it and be working on it, yeah, I've been working on my OCD. I've been working on my OCD. This was a setback. So now I'm ticked, right? But I'm not ticked. I'm just like, oh, I got to figure this shit out. But I have a lot of water. I have Bonafont, I have E Pura, and I have the new Cristals. I bought two of those, two Getaphones. So I have 40 liters of the Cristal, maybe 30 plus liters of the E Pura, and maybe 18 liters of the Bonafont. So I have water. It is, I now need to find a way to redo everything so that I'm not a shitty person, right? That shower is going to be a while. Like, I got to figure that out because I know that they have shower filters and all these things, but how much does it cost? And can I take it back off once I put it on? Because I don't want to leave stuff behind for somebody who's not me. And I'm not wanting to renew after this time, after this time. So, like, stuff like that, like, I want to take it with me. Like, investments like that, I need to take my investments with me. Um, so yeah, I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure this out. Because I feel like everybody probably got shitty water, right? Right? Y'all tell me in the comments that everybody got shitty water and it's okay. Hmm. They probably do. Yeah. I just didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it. It was stuck all in the filter, y'all. I had to take this filter apart. You just unscrew this silver part right here. Let me see if I can do it with one hand because now I'm holding it. See, we see sawing with the laptop. You just unscrew it. And so after I unscrewed it, then I shook and got everything out and was able to get it cleaned out and then um, put the lid back on and put it back onto the bathroom sink. So yeah. Malikah, if you're watching this, you took your clothes to Lavanderia. Lavanderia. I think that's how you say we're supposed to pronounce it. So you took your clothes there and you had black clothes and you didn't want them to get lint on it and you was gonna try to see and know and have this system for if they wash your clothes properly. You didn't do an update. Did your clothes come out clean? Did they come out linty? I feel like you got OCD because you don't like lint and all the hairs and stuff on your black clothes. I wouldn't either, but I'm just saying, how'd your clothes come out? Okay, so yeah, and you got pig water, you got pig shit water out there. How you dealing with that? What's going on? Okay, yeah, I gotta figure something out because yeah. All right, y'all. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't leave no shenanigans down there. I know I have OCD. I'm working on my OCD. This was a setback. This was a setup. No, I'm just kidding. It was a setback. It was just a slight setback. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. And I'll get back with y'all later. But right now, I ain't figured it out. So I haven't eaten anything today. I did drink some water, some bottled water, not even from my cup. I drank some bottled water because I've got to figure this. I gotta figure this out. I ain't went to go pieces this morning because I'm not trying to be dealing with I gotta figure it out. Okay, well, I'll chat with y'all later. Talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.